Everybody not made for this life. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm 21 now. Oh, I'm 21. Yeah. Everybody wanna be my guy, yeah. And my girl too. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm 21 now.
Hey y'all, and welcome back. So today's gonna be a girl talk video while I clean my makeup brushes. Cause honey, look at this. It's not it. It's not it. So what I have here is my makeup rolls. It's just to clean my makeup brushes. I already have some Dr. Bronner's. I used water and 70% alcohol. And this is just more water. So I'm gonna spray my brush first, dip it, clean it. We're gonna chat. All right. So I wanted to talk about my time in Atlanta. I moved out there when I was 19. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I graduated in 2015. I moved out there in 2016 just to stack money and, you know, prepare myself for this big jump. When I went with my sister, so it wasn't as bad. Let me start from the beginning. Hold that thought completely. So I always knew I wanted to go to Atlanta since I was in elementary school. It was a poster up and it was talking about like the first black president at Spelman was a female. And I was like, oh honey, I'm going, period. So long story short, come my senior year, I ended up going on a field trip there. So my high school was nice enough to allow me to take out of state college tours. All I had to do was come back with proof. Okay, proof, cool, did that. So I went my senior year and I viewed Empire Beauty School, which was in Gwinnett. Honey, this thing was dirty. Which was in Gwinnett County. So initially my first time there, it's beautiful in Atlanta, honey. It is beautiful. Like, it feel like the start of one of those movies where they be on some dream girl stuff. And not dream girl, but it just seems like a dream. Like, it just doesn't seem real that, you know, this state is that beautiful. It was. So we checked into a hotel. We stayed right by the Braves Stadium. And scheduled the tour for the school the next day. I'm gonna let these sit. I'm gonna rinse the soap off of them, and they'll be ready to go. So yeah, scheduled the tour the next day. I was nervous, of course. You know, this is a big jump. I'm sorry, I skipped something. I'm from Texas, Dallas, Texas. So I traveled back then. It was like 1,300 miles. Now it's like 800. Stay closer. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So I traveled 1,300 miles to get there. We went by car. We made a couple stops. Honey, that was the longest trip of my life. I was like, is this what I'm gonna have to do when I want to come back? I was so scared of flying, y'all. I had never flown, so flying was out. Cool. So yeah, we go visit the school, and I'm not gonna lie, the lady gave me some good information about the school. I just didn't like her vibe. Shorty was like, oh yeah, you're gonna need a car to move out here to Atlanta. Because my mom was like, yeah, she'll be coming by herself. This is before me and my sister had talked about coming together. So she was like, oh yeah, you're gonna need a car to be out here. It's really just, you shouldn't come if you don't have one, and you shouldn't come. Oh, I was gonna go view technical schools too, because I didn't know about just going to beauty school. I didn't know the process. She's like, oh yeah, don't do a technical school. You end up having to do like math and stuff like that, plus beauty courses schools. So I was like, I'm not doing both, honey. I don't even want to do it at high school. I'm not about to go to college and do it. So I thought, okay, I was sold on Empire a little bit, but honey, her attitude, trash. Could have threw it away, could have threw her away. Long story short, so I waited a year. I did end up enrolling in Empire Beauty School, same campus. Thankfully, the lady was gone. Like, didn't have to see sis when I went there. Thank the Lord, thank the Jesus. Yeah. So we moved right across the street, literally from was it Gwinnett? I think it was Gwinnett Tech or something like that. Georgia Tech, something. So yeah, I liked it. We partied so much, honey. Like, so much. I'm gonna insert clips, y'all, because it don't make
never took it for the bag. Can't even make the energies rest. Cause you don't get enough pussy and just.
And at the time, I had a boyfriend, and honey, he used to, he used to be tight. He was like, honey, I can't keep up. You're at the club every other night. Like, what's good? And then I'm the type of person where I snitched on myself a lot, so I would always like tell him like, oh, a guy tried to talk to me. I gave him my number, you know, just on some cool stuff. Because, you know, when you're new to a new state, you want to kind of be friendly, make friends, and it's all about connects. And then another thing, I won't blame it on school because it had nothing to do with it. But when you're going to do hair, you want to, like, be in the know and, you know who to be connected with. So, you know, that was that. I did that. I enrolled in, so I went out there in April. I didn't enroll in school till August. So, honey, imagine the amount of time that I had to party. I did that. So, skip to, got in school in August. My first day at Empire, I was so nervous. I was like, I'm new here. I don't know how to react to people. Mind y'all, I'm not an only child, but I'm like the youngest of 7. 8 now. Well, no, he's younger than me, so 7. And I just didn't know how to react like around people. Honey, this brush is leaking. Let me stop for a waste on me. But yeah, I just didn't know how to like really act around people. You know, I was a loner. I had friends in high school, not gonna flex, but that was it. Like, I grew up with a lot of them, so those friendships and relationships wasn't hard to make. So it's like you're in this new state, and I just kept telling myself, you know, you're in a new state. You could be whoever you want to be, do and see whatever you want to do and see. Cool. So yeah, first day of school, they had us just sitting in the lobby, and if you've been to Empire Beauty in Atlanta, honey, you know that ain't no lobby. It was tiny. It was, girl, about 5 chairs lined up outside some stations. And with beauty school, so how it is you don't come in all together. You come in by like, same with college, you come in semester wise. So when I was coming in, there was already girls there. In baby beauty school, they was ranging from age, color, height, size, and I'm like, at the time, I'm like 5 feet. I won't say it was intimidating. It was just new. Because I'm like, I always used to say girls are catty. I don't like to be around girls. They're messy. It's catty. But I was like, you know, open mind. Everybody might not be like that. Because in high school, I used to get called bougie, y'all. Like, they used to be like, oh, yeah, you real bougie. So, it just, I was like, going this with an open mind. So, it's this thing called pre-salon. Is where you go to learn the books, basically, about beauty school hair. So in pre-salon, it's people, like I said, from all ages. So it was girls who were there before me. So let me tell you this. So you go through like 7 modules, right? And then so girls can come in each module. After each module is room for new people to enroll. So we came in on skincare. Boom. So it was girls who had already been in there, you know, so alliances was formed, you know, everybody was cool, friendly, yada, yada, yada. And I think they made us stand up and introduce ourselves, and I was so nervous. But when I first got there, was this girl, and she just was like, oh, them the new kids. And I just felt some type of way about it. I was like, now she already starting. Come to find out, I was totally wrong about her. She ended up being, like, the biggest help. Loved her. She was the best. See, I'm talking to you. So they had these things where, like, it's set up, and it's lockers. You think they're cabinets, they're lockers. And then it's these glass mirrors on both sides of the door. Cool. So they give us our kit halfway through the day, and it's time to like get a locker. And our teacher's like, yeah, y'all find a locker. And she's like, some of the older students help them get situated in. And me and this girl ended up having the pleasure of getting the girl tea. So baby, when I tell you she packed that locker up something so good, I was like, yes, honey, thank you. So we became cool from that. And then the girl who she helped, which is now my girl Clotty, y'all gonna see our joint videos or whatever. At first when I first met her, I was like, sis look rude. I was like, yeah, no, I don't know about this one. But she was actually mad cool. Like, that's my sis. What's I gonna say? So comes to find out, me and her ended up staying really close to each other. So we ended up clicking like, I think, yep. So she was the first person I went to the club with outside of my sister. And when I tell y'all, it was a vibe. I'm gonna insert this clip from. Well, I mean, when it comes. Bitch, I don't know half these songs from out here. I'm not from here. You not from here? The first time we went out, it just was so rough, y'all. Like, after that, so school started at 9 in the morning, and you can only miss a certain amount of days in pre-salon or a certain amount of time in pre-salon before you on academic probation. So literally, the clubs in Atlanta didn't close till like 4 in the morning. Mind y'all, I said school starts at 9, so it closes at 4. We end up getting to my house at like 5. So child, the whole time I'm sitting here sitting up, y'all. Like,
I'm like mad as tired. Like, why is my dumb ass sitting on the floor? Just can't make it. I can't function right now. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
alright, thank y'all for watching. Bye. Like, trying to make sure I don't oversleep for school, get to school, and child, I was tired. Like, we were so tired, and our pre-salon teacher was so cool. She was like, oh, y'all must have went out last night. And we was like, did. And she was like, well, y'all can't be sleeping in class. Y'all gotta participate. We did. It was hard. I ain't even no flex. And then we got so cool. Like, so, let me say this. When I first got there, they did. Like, I won't say they judged me, but they did have, like, a preconceived notion of me. They thought, oh, yeah, she's bougie. She's stuck up. And I'm like, how? I'm like, not even being stuck. Okay, I think of what it was. And I'm going to say that. So I'm not going to say that. But I don't know. They just had this notion like, oh, she's stuck up. And I was like, I'm not, though. Like, I'm the most cool, open-minded person there is. I'll do certain stuff that, like, look stuck up. Like, I'm to the point where now, like, I'll wipe out a chair or something before I sit in it or something like that. But I'm like, that doesn't affect how I act towards people. Whatever. Long story short, semester goes. It's going good. Form some good bonds. We get to the floor. We start doing clients. It starts going well. So it was different classes. And, like, girls from the other classes thought the same thing. They was like, oh, no, she's bougie. Then they met me and was like, yo, you're the total opposite. Like, you're goofy. Like, you're, you know. I won't say class clown because I didn't get in trouble. Like, I didn't play that. This college almost. Like, you don't, no. So, yeah, I did that. Then in the midst of me being senior floor, I ended up moving out with my sister. So I moved in alone. And let me just tell you, honey, that was the hardest times for me. Like, my mother literally came from Texas she only had like 2 days to find me somewhere to move because she had to go back to work. So literally within 2 days, we looked for apartments. I packed my stuff up, moved out, and into my own apartment. Now, y'all, when I tell you, it was exciting and scary. Like, I was scared. I'm staying by myself now. Like, and I'm a scary person. I always think somebody want to kidnap me or harm me, whatever. It's me. And by then I had made friends, so it was cool, you know. They would come over after school and see me. Oh, I didn't graduate yet. So no, I hadn't graduated yet. It was cool. You know, we used to come kick it, skip at my house. Cool. Tips for if you do stay by yourself, y'all. 1, I stay really close to the office, which was a blessing. Because, honey, if I need to run, I'm running to the office. 2, always just do your research. Like, even though I only had 2 days to move in, you couldn't tell. I did so much research, honey. I was like, 1, to factor in, I was like, it's closer to my campus. I don't have a car. So I could have literally walked home or into school if I wanted to. I didn't have to. Thankfully, I was Ubering there and back and forth every day. It was expensive. I'm not gonna lie. So get you a good job starting out. What I'm gonna say? So yeah, still in school doing that. It was going good. My girls would come over, spend the night. It was beautiful. I had my own I got a little couch. I had all my kitchen and stuff. Like, I was set. What happened? So I finally graduate. I will say Atlanta is so hard to stay in. You have to have a career. If you're going to Atlanta with no career, honey, it must be sugar daddy season because I could not survive. Like, I was working 2 and 3 jobs in school full time. So I would go to school from, I want to say, it was 9 to 3 or 9 to 4 or 5, one of them. And honey, I was like, so I would go to school, go to one job, go to another job on like different days. Sometimes did I go on the same day? Weekends. So weekends I would go on the same day. So we didn't have school on weekends. So I would get up in the morning, go to one job, then go to the next job the next night. Remind you, I'm Ubering everywhere. So it's like, when do you have time for recreation, paying rent? It just was so hard. I don't regret it. I feel like going shaped me and it made me. I just would have done some things different, and I had money saved, so I can't even say that I would save. I just cleaned these brushes. Baby, this workspace, I have too much makeup, and I don't even do makeup. And it's crazy. They taught me how a little bit in school, whatever. So yeah, like I don't know. I feel like if it wasn't for my mother, I would have struggled so much more, because I was only able to like find jobs like serving. I worked at a movie theater. Girl, there wasn't no money. There was no money. I went to Dave and Buster's. I worked at Target. It just was, nothing was seeming to be enough. Like, staying with my sister, rent was a little bit cheaper, but not that much cheaper. And when I got by myself, it was like, ooh, honey, them bills came out to be about $1,500. And I was like, what? Who? I'm a college, like, and then on top of that, what makes it crazy, I didn't get, like, I got loans and stuff, and you know how you would get checks back from the school? Honey, I did not get that. I ended up having to pay the school. So on top of paying my bills, I was paying my school $100 a month. So I'm like, honey, I'm basically out here just working my tail off and not seeing a payback, you know? So then, one thing I will say about Atlanta is superficial, so superficial. My sister went to an interview at one place, and they was like, oh, you don't look like the type to want to get naked or work naked. It's like, honey, I'm trying to bartend. What do I have to be naked to bartend for? And it just was like, why would you even say something like that? Then I went to some salons to interview, and honey, they was worried about how many followers I had, and I'm like, why does it matter how many followers I have? If my work is good, I bring in clientele. You know, I don't mind standing, going from establishment to establishment, promoting the business, like if that's what I have to do to get clientele. Plus, you know, I had clientele from school, so that wasn't the issue. They just were, it was really superficial, and I was like, yo, all this to work in a salon, y'all. And mind y'all, this had been my dream salon. Like, I love this place. It was so beautiful. It was this girl, I had been following her since I was in Texas, y'all. And when I found out she worked there, I was like, oh my goodness, this just makes it so much better. Like, I'm gonna meet up with my mentor. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It was none of that. Cause I'm like, how many followers I got? I'm a private person, so I don't like a lot of people on my page to begin with. Like, I share my stuff with y'all, like my tags, but back then I was a private person, so I was like, I don't have that many followers at all, honey. But my work, you know, exceeds itself. They weren't trying to hear that. So I didn't end up getting into a salon. I just started working like mad crazy. I was going to temp services because finding a job out there was even hard. Like, you were either working in fast food. You had to know somebody to get on at the clubs. That was one. Hated it because I knew people, but I'm not about to beg for a job. It's not happening. So I was going through temp services or whatever. Finally found a good job. It lasted for a while. Party life, like I said, is great, but you just can't party your whole life, honey. You can't. It was easy for me to save, but when it wasn't, you're not making much money, so really, what did you saving? Nothing. That was going towards my bills. So it got to the point where it just became overwhelming, and I just was like, I need to come home, regroup, stack some money, and then I'm gonna come back to Atlanta. Long story short, it never happened. This is 3 years later. I'm still in Dallas, Texas. Now that I think about it, I don't want to go back to Atlanta. Like, I love it, and it's nothing wrong with the state. Well, I'm lying. I got mugged, y'all. Me and my friend got mugged. I'll tell y'all more about that later. that was a traumatic experience. I met some crazy people out there. That was another traumatic experience. Um, Long story short, I'm not gonna discourage you and tell you not to go. Go wherever you want to go. Move wherever you want to move. I will say planning is everything. I've been planning to go to Atlanta since about 2013. I made it real 3 years later. So 1, save money. 2, do research. 3, always visit or try to visit, just to see what areas or what. I don't even know how I stumbled upon Gwinnett out of all the places I could have been in, but Gwinnett just seemed homely to me. So what I did before I went out there is I Googled like Atlanta nightlife and hot spots and stuff like that, to figure out like more about Atlanta before I went. So I always do your research because it'll look glamorous in these Instagram videos and these YouTube videos. And honey, you get out there and be like, honey, I'm in West Bumble. So always do your research. So after I did that, I followed a couple pages. I saw how nightlife was. I visited about 2 times my senior year. The first time I visited to visit schools. The second time I visited to view apartments, houses, all that. I will say that they are fairly cheaper. When back then they were cheaper. It was like for a house, it was like $1,300. I was like, it's 2 of us. Okay, that's not bad. Apartments for a 2-bedroom, it was like $1,200 or $1,100. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. After I did that, got situated. So what I did, I bought stuff at home. This is what really helped me move. I bought stuff at home. So in like pieces. I would buy towels and stuff here and there. Like every time I got paid, I would buy a certain amount of towels, a certain amount of dish detergent, laundry stuff. Like just stock up while you're at home. And it might be harder on the long end if you're going by yourself, and I'll tell you why. But yeah, so I just would stock up every check. I would buy stuff to move for this apartment. Luckily I didn't have to work on furniture, but renter center, cons, wherever, get you some little renter's furniture that'll help with your credit also. So we'll talk about that later. Yeah, so I took stuff with me. Now the hardest part about stocking up at home and then taking stuff with you is you have to rent a U-Haul or a truck or something to house all of this. I took my bed with me, all that stuff, my clothes. I had mad clothes. My sister had her stuff. So it's easier when you have somebody with you, but if you're going alone, I don't discourage it. Just, you have to have money behind you or a support system behind you, because it was me, my mother, my sister, and my boyfriend at the time, and we made it happen, honey. 13 hours down the road, like, made it happen. So I honestly don't know if I would have went or if I would have been as prepared if I didn't have that support system behind me, honey. Because, baby, it was draining. We ended up staying on, like, the 3rd floor. So imagine having to move all this stuff up the 3rd floor. Did we get renters? No, I don't think we got movers. We did all in our own. So, honey, it was draining. But yeah, I always just have a plan. Don't ever just, I won't say ever. It happens for some people. My mother did it. But for me and for, somebody with similarities as me, this might be the best move for you. Save money, plan ahead, and just go out and visit and see how it is. Don't ever really let people's words discourage you, because I could have let that lady telling me, I needed a car stop me, but I didn't. So that's that. That concludes this video. I'm gonna finish washing up these tools. And yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna finish up washing these tools up or whatever. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, whatever. If y'all want to know a little bit more in depth about me moving, just ask. I don't mind. I do want to educate everybody about moving alone or just moving across country, state, whatever. I do want to help that. So just, chat with me in the comments, honey. I'm open.